For those of you just now tuning in, my name's CarmelOP and welcome back to FlyKnight. We're just in a dungeon. That's all that's going on right now. And equip more. Ooh, what are you? Oh yeah, that's a ring. Equip those. People support indies regardless if it's good or not as a AAA boycott. Yeah, and they're free to do that. But at the same time, so like, a guy I know, my music guy, actually, the guy who does my music, he and I will not get into it, but we'll talk about indie titles. And, you know, I'm not gonna say he's one of those that, you know, praises every indie up and down, but like, he's one of those that really likes indies, which fine. You know, that's his opinion. He's entitled to it, but when you talk about indies, a lot of people only think about the good indies that they've played, not like garbage indies or you know, cookie cutter indies. Because whether or not you want to acknowledge it, if you have an indie title that is just pretty much copying another indie title, like, you know, what do you say to that? You know, you can't call them copycats, because what if it's like a team of like 5 dudes who like put their own spin on a genre, you know, like Vampire Survivors? Like how many copies of that are there? You know, it's just like such a mess to like truly define, because there's so many bad actors in those spaces. Let's see, when you say indie, a lot of people just think one indie game that they played. Like, a lot of people connect indie to Terraria and that's it. Yeah, and then people hold, rightfully so, they'll hold Hollow Knight in, you know, high regards. I hold Another Crap's Treasure in high regards because it's a truly good game. Filter, you know, indie titles, you know, those are good games, but also, like, if you run into indies that suck ass, like, it shouldn't even be like a discussion on whether or not it's bad to say that about indie titles if they suck, you know? Because like my thing is like, you know, when people watch my videos on YouTube and they suck to them, well, guess what? They suck to them. That and like indie, and here's another thing too, it takes a little bit more thought to understand, is that the indie games of today are not the indie games of like 2010, 2012, 14, you know, that early era of the 2010s, because there's not, I'm not going to say a lot, but there's a considerable amount of quote unquote indie devs who they release a game just to have it on their resume. Is he a friendly, I wonder? He might be a friendly. We're outside of activation range. That's not a friendly though. Oh shit, I didn't think he'd hit me. Okay, he's missing his head, so we're fine there. Okay, so what is that dude's deal? He's not reacting at all, so he might be friendly. He might not. Let's see. He's looking to be friendly. Nameless FlyKnight. You're that squire. What do you want? What happened to this FlyKnight? I executed him, caught him retreating and abandoning his comrades, the filthy rat. A defilement to our already disgraced order. No one leaves this place until Lunamoth's reckoning. Let's join forces. I don't think so. Come on, dude. Why can I not have followers? We were sent here to fail. I'll only put my trust in my own weapons from here on, and definitely not in some maggot of dubious loyalty. I can tell you were born wingless. Lunamoth had already done her work by then. But me, I had to see my wings wither day after day until they could no longer even support me. Until they were little more than useless rags, you were spared from this. You didn't have to endure this decay, the loss, and the humiliation. I will kill Luna Moth and every last traitor who helped her and put their heads on a spike for all to see. Stand in my way and you'll meet the same fate. This is my only warning. Okay. Let's see here. There's a lot of Twitch indie devs now as well. Most of them think that streaming the development will increase sales or something. Not necessarily. God damn it. What, I have to spend my time banning these fucking people. How do I ban a mod? Okay, wow, I can just click a mod button on this. It works, okay, fucking awesome. I'm not gonna go that way yet. Oh wait, no, I did not want to mod him, no. No, god damn it. Hold on, let me. No, do not mod. Back, block. Accidentally, I thought like if I clicked mod it would just like kick him automatically, but no. Let me do this. Community roles manager, make sure he's not modded still. Yeah, that was a wrong button. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Almost made a mistake, but we're good. No, we're good. There's a lot of Twitch, yeah, like the Twitch indie dev thing, like it makes sense. Like, okay, so if I'm a solo dev and like I'm trying not to work a normal job so I can develop my game, it makes perfect sense for me to stream the game development on Twitch. That way I have an extra income while I make my game. That way I don't have to go back and you know, work a regular job and slow down development, you know? It would be the same thing if like I edit or if I streamed the editing process of my videos, you know? You know, I'm essentially filling in that time to make money. That's really what it would be. Come on, how many fucking headshots does this dude gotta take? There we go, Jesus Christ. But that, I mean, that's really it too. Because like I've been thinking about that too, how I'm going to do it. Because now I'm monetized on YouTube. At least the review channel is. And it takes quite a bit of time to edit and get things up. So it's like, how am I going to balance that once I start doing it full time? You know, what titles am I going to stream and not review while I'm writing and editing reviews for other things? It's kind of where my mind is, at least. Okay, who is this guy? Kaleem, Dragonfly Dragoon. Dear Squire, am I glad to see you? I took you for dead. I'm still looking for more surviving knights and ordering them to regroup. I know you've always been the reckless type, but consider retreating as well. I don't want you to die for nothing. No, there's a dude there who's going to kill me if I try to retreat, so that's not going to happen. Would you retreat in my position? I probably wouldn't know. I would do everything in my power to keep my kin safe from the curse. The same I always have. Sadly, such fate can only end in tragedy. I can still do good here. If you find any scattered knights, tell them to look for me, alright? I will do that, master. Okay, so if I go back and talk to that guy... Ooh, I can go down there. Ooh, is that like a fishing lake? I think so. Ah, shit, I respawned all them. Fuck. I mean, I should be able just to kill this guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my bad. I fucked up. But yeah, I think I just run to that dude and tell him to regroup. But yeah, a lot of it is just to build hype for their game, which, you know, it is. Okay, he told me to fuck off. Okay. So what happens if I go back this way? I wonder what's back here. Because I never got to go in here. But yeah, and yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of indie devs who do just who will stream their game development process, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, like, you know what they're doing. You know what they're doing. Like, they're trying to advertise their game. Apparently devlogs and Twitch streams are the #1 way to advertise your game as a solo indie game as a solo dev. Yeah, I mean, whatever you can do to get your name out there, because all you gotta do really is just make a pretty convincing trailer or whatever to get people hyped, and then, you know, just do it on Twitch or something. Because, like, that's the thing too, is like people are always looking for like information about a game they'll potentially buy, especially if like a kick-ass trailer comes out. Okay, this dude's actually kicking my ass. Okay, fuck you, dude. Druid's Rage. A Ring of Bad Chum, whatever that is. Okay, so that's a melee weapon. I'm gonna throw that on slot 3 and see what that gets us. Okay, pretty neat looking weapon. Essentially a fist weapon. But yeah, I mean, I can't blame them for doing that. Because, you know, they're wanting to sell copies of their game. They're wanting to live their dream, essentially. It's no different than I guess me going out to like fucking Walmart and telling people to check out my review channel. You know, they're just essentially self-advertising their game by streaming the development on Twitch, if that makes sense. Which, again, there's nothing wrong with it, but it does get tiring. You know, it gets so tiring to see it over and over and over and over and over again. Because it's like when I watch videos on YouTube and there's a fucking sponsor to every goddamn video nowadays. Like Raid Shadow Legends sponsors everybody and says like BetterHelp or Manscaped or whatever the fuck. You know, like, it gets tiring. And that's how like that's what's going to happen eventually. Like, because a lot of indie titles are like, I don't want to say not impressive or underwhelming, but like, you know, they're indie titles. You know, there's only so much that you can expect. And again, my buddy and I would get into this conversation, and we used to do a podcast together. And I wish we still did it, but lives get busy. Oh shit. Okay, I wasn't ready for that, but all right, that's actually a pretty cool boss. Unless that's a regular enemy, that just might be a regular ass enemy. Taking out the poison flower first. Maybe if I just keep getting headshots on her, like, we'll be okay. I was about to say, there's no way I just fucking killed her. Did I get her? Did I blow her head off? Yeah, I got her head. Yeah, I got her. I'll tell you what, development of games has never been easier than now. I know. It's extremely easy. And that goes back to what I've said before, is that anybody can make a game and only very few can create one. You know? And so that's exactly what's happening. You have a lot of people who want to make a game and don't necessarily come up with a very unique idea, but come up with, you know, their own spin on, like, I don't know, fucking Valheim or whatever. You know, they come up with their own spin on it. And then that's it, you know. Like, yeah, they made a game, but did they really make a game, or did they just get a bullet point on their resume? That and like, let's hear. That's exactly why I've taken on the challenge of coding my own game engine. It's not exactly elitist, but I don't want to consider myself a developer that until I have coded my own. Yeah, and that's another thing too, is that there's and it's so easy to notice a lot of the newer titles. It's probably cheaper to do it this way from AAA devs, but even indie devs, like, they're utilizing Unreal Engine, you know, because I guess of all the post-processing effects and all that. And I think it's one of the easiest engines to code on, or they made it super easy or something. I don't know, don't quote me. But like, so many titles are made with the Unreal Engine that it's bonkers. And like, for some reason they all look so samey, but like they're completely different. Like, that's the weird part. You can take like a medieval fantasy game and then fucking a sci-fi like ship flying game, and like they look identical even though they're different. They made it easy because you can use visual programming, which is connecting nodes and letting the engine do all the coding stuff under the hood, which, okay, cool. You know, that's great, but at what cost? When did I get that? Hold up. 20 power 23, 19. What is that? A piercing? Okay, so we'll equip that slot 2. What are you? Ooh, a leak shield. Mitigations. Can I like compare? No, I can't directly compare, huh? See here, 72, 0, 57. Okay, so this is an anti-magic shield. Okay, nah, I'm good. A lot of people love this functionality. I personally dislike it. I don't know, like, if I knew more about the technical side of game development more than the generalization of it, I'd probably have a lot more of an opinion. Oh god. Oh no. What kind of shit is this? Oh, you son of a bitch. I like the music here. It's very much like a 90s. Like, it sounds like Zelda in a way, like a Ocarina of Time somehow, if that makes sense. Oh shit, those are gonna blow up. Oh shit. Oh, I was out of stamina. That's what happened. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'll switch to the katana, because there's nothing I need to dodge. Hold on, I gotta readjust myself. Okay. The stamina regen. We'll handle this boss. Oh, son of a bitch. And there's no way I can just go down there and kill the, kill it from there because of all the flowers. So apparently if you're out of stamina entirely, you can't even, you run slow as fuck. Okay, that's good to know. Can I put like a, yeah, let's, no, he's not gonna be able to do anything from there. Damn. What about right there? Well, if I put him right there, can he like lean over and bite him? Yeah, there we go. That works. I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably just hang out right here. How much damage? Oh, he's doing a lot of damage too. I can just be a shitter and just hang out here while the thing just kills it slowly but surely. Oh, it's such a shitter move, but it works so well. And it can't hit me on this second ring. But also, to be honest, the making a game for your resume thing, I don't entirely blame them. It's hard as hell to get a job. Yeah, but, and like, I get it, you know, you want a leg up, right? If you're applying for a job, like especially a game development job, what looks better, having a game release on Steam or not having one release on Steam? But at the same time, it's more of a, I don't want to say like a character issue, but it's like almost like an integrity thing, right? Like, did you put this game out on Steam because like you really wanted to put a game out on Steam, or did you need a bullet point on your resume? You know, did you really want to do this, or are you only doing it because you need a bullet on your resume? You know, I think that's a fair question to ask someone, you know. Like, hey, are you really about this game, this video game, or are you just kind of wanting to have a leg up? The spells in this game are kind of broken, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so if that's a spear, ooh, it's a spell actually. Let's equip that in slot 3, equip in slot 1. Yeah, the games aren't exactly low effort, but they don't have the attention and care a real game would have. Yeah, that's really it. I think that's it. They're not low effort, but they're not high effort either, I guess, is what you could say. You know, like, they're not terrible, but like they're not the best. Okay, I was kind of trying to figure out where his face was. So you killed that giant plant. That is most impressive. To tell you the truth, you were never my strongest student. You know, you have been lucky so far, but things will only get harder from here. I think you are out of your depth. Go on, return to the entrance and leave this place. This operation is already a failure. The best I can do now is rescue as many possible before retreating. Please, this is not how I want things to end for you. I'll keep going no matter what. Fuck you. Hold on. If that goes that way, where does this go? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's like a little hidden thing up here. Is this one of them bloat flies from Fallout? Oh, okay. You just fucking poke him and he dies. Okay, I'm out of stamina. I mean, like, the game's not being low effort. You could apply that to videos too. Videos really aren't low effort, but you can tell when somebody puts a lot of time and energy into one. Or like really any creative thing you do. Oh, fuck. This is only going to get harder, isn't it? Hold on, what do you do, Mr. Staff? Nothing. Okay, well, you're fucking trash then, I guess. If you're just gonna stay put, let me just get an angle on you. That way I don't have to deal with you. I guess I'm just tired of seeing like just garbage on Steam, you know? There's just so much shit on Steam. And there's some titles that feel like, again, like they're just there because somebody needed a bullet on their resume. And I hate saying that, but it's fucking true. What the fuck? Okay, those things blow up. Yeah, indie co-op horror titles, I'm so goddamn sick of them. Like, what was it? Phasmophobia, I think, was the first one, and then it just fucking didn't stop. Right? Like, it was the first, but I think, like, I think it was, Lethal Company that really started the fad, the trend of, like, those games, like, really taking over pop culture. Like, I'll be honest, I don't have a friend group to play them with. Yeah, and like, that's another thing too. It's like, so like with co-op horror, like if you notice, like those people who make those games really don't, there's no story with those games necessarily. Like, so there's a lot of indie horror titles on Steam that they're just, oh, here's a monster, the game's spooky, right? It's filled with jump scares. There's nothing to the background of the game, if that makes sense. Whereas if you play games like Outlast, I haven't played Outlast 2, but if you played Outlast 1, you know, there's a reason why everything's happening in that game. And if you play the first Amnesia title, you know, and you read all the text logs, you can kind of figure out what's been going on, which, you know, there's your story. It doesn't deliberately tell you, but if you read those things and those text logs and all that, you'll find out. If you play Phasmophobia solo, you'll be bored to death. Yeah, I believe it. Comes a tornado and ooh, mage armor. Not gonna wear it, but neat. I was wrong about you. It's evident there are still reliable soldiers left in the order. I'll trust you with a bit of intel I heard. It seems that arthropod deity might have arrived recently. Whatever the reason, it has to be related to the curse. You keep pushing forward while I search for them. It is essential they are protected. Very well. Okay, how do I get... Okay, there's a thing here. Okay, I gotta pop this bitch's head. Okay, I missed. Okay, it only takes 2 headshots for her. That's good to know. Oh no, might get slowed here. No, I'm good. Oh, what the fuck? My own thing hit me? Are you fucking serious right now? An asshole. Okay. For some reason, none of this is working. And that's what I'm saying about a lot of indie titles, about everything being the same. Like, that's what a lot of indie devs are doing. They're just recycling old content, you know. like take any genre and pretend it was made by the same developer. Like take Phasmophobia, Lethal Company, Repo, and just pretend they were all made by the same devs, and then you're essentially you're left with another like Call of Duty studio, Activision or whatever. You have no idea how many Stardew Valley clones there are. I fucking know. I want that hat. I don't get anything from this guy, man. But yeah, my wife, she loves Stardew Valley, and there's some, you know, there's clones, and then there's some, you know, they at least take it to the 3D plane. But yeah, and that's the thing, is like, again, a bunch of indies, you know. I don't know, I just want some originality, I guess, because oh, fuck, I don't want to fight another one of those guys. Because I played one horror game back in January. The review for it comes out October 1st. It's either January or February, and it was unique. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but like, it was unique. You know, you could tell the developer put a lot of time in it. And, you know, I appreciated the horror that it presents with. Oh shit, I'm out of arrows. Like, honest to God, I'm doing something different with my games. I'm not riding any wave. And that's another thing too. Like, how many solo devs out there are just trying to, quote unquote, ride a wave. That way they don't have to go back to their regular job. You know, that's a question I would be asking. Son of a bitch. Oh no, this is not good. Not good, not good. I'm gonna step close to my plant. Come on. He's friendly, kind of. Not really. Come on, dude. Schedule 1 made the guy millions. It was his first game. Yeah. It's pretty fun for while it lasts. You know. I played it quite a bit and I just kind of got tired of it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, then I think I've seen like 1 or 2 copycats of that. For those of you watching live, it's always